I'm James Shillinglaw for Virtual Roadshows Selling Family Vacations. And we're here with a great panel on family cruising and what's next for family cruising in 2025. I mean, we all know that cruising is one of the most family-friendly types of travel that you can do. And the folks on this panel are going to tell you all about that and a whole lot more. And let's get right to it. I'm going to introduce them and just raise your hand when I mention you. Alicia Steuart, Senior Director of Sales for Carnival Cruise Line. And we have Marsha Patrick, Director of Sales, Western US and Canada for Princess Cruises, and Miguel Sanchez, who's Manager of Business Development for Silversea Cruises. And I've been lucky enough to have experienced all three of their lines. They're wonderful and really have great programs. And we're going to go get right into it. And let's talk. Each one of you, in turn, just talk a little bit about your companies very briefly, and then we're going to go into the other questions. Let's start with you. Miguel, let's start with you.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for the opportunity, James, and hello to Alicia and Marsha as well. So Silversea, we have experienced a very nice positive year so far. We have grown exponentially the last few years. I think we're the only cruise line in the segment. We are not necessarily a family cruise line. We're ultra luxury, but we have grown exponentially as far as hardship. We've added about 6 new ships since 2020 to now. So we are definitely opening up our product for families going to Galapagos, expeditions, a little more active products that is proven to be very interesting. So definitely we'll welcome everyone. But it's definitely a luxury experience. You have your butler, your concierge, you have your...
Every family should have a butler, Miguel. That's what I
the only bad thing is when you go home and you don't have one, then you're not happy. Exactly. You're not happy.
Then as a parent, you become the butler for the family.
Yes, we are silly. I'm the butler in my house.
There you go. So it's interesting. We're going to talk more about that because you are different in this sense from both Princess and Carnival. Let's go to Alicia. Talk a little about Carnival today.
Absolutely. So thank you for having me, and thank you guys for joining us. Thrilled to be here and learn about the other brands as well. It's all exciting. Carnival. So we're definitely known as being a family brand. We definitely design our ships with that in mind. We do have 27 ships in our fleet sailing now.
Only 27?
Only 27. I know. We're a small little brand.
I know.
With 7 more on the way in the next 9 years, I guess. So we're expanding, but we're very family centric. Definitely focus in on multi-generational, and we do sail primarily Caribbean, Mexico, Bahamas, of course, also seasonally Alaska, Hawaii, and then we've really been broadening with our focus in Australia, as well as even longer sailings that we call Carnival Journeys, because we do have so many, families coming back together and wanting to spend more time and get a little further. So going as far as Japan. Up to 31 days. So we're excited to be here and a lot of exciting things happening.
Now, Marsha, tell us a little bit about Princess today and how many ships you have and talk about that. I was on Sun Princess earlier this year.
Cool.
I was on all your ships actually at one point but Sun Princess was the most recent that I was on, your brand new one.
Yes, she's our new baby.
So talk a little bit about how many ships in the fleet.
Sure. So we have 16 ships in the fleet this year, but we take delivery of Sun Princess's sister, Star Princess, in October of 25. So by the end of 25, we'll be at 17 ships, and we're not as big as our big sister, Carnival, but but we're making our way, and I think we do a great job of our customers seeing the world. So we're destination experts, and we're basically going to take you all the way around the world. And then we shine in Alaska. So Alaska is our bread and butter, and we take more people to Alaska than any other brand, and voted #1 over and over again about the product that we deliver in Alaska. And that is very family friendly. So happy to be here to talk about it with everybody today.
Yeah, well, we don't have your other sister, Holland America. There'll be a debate on that one on Alaska.
Yeah,
You guys,
well, they're
I
not
mean, it's
here, so
great
I'm
because you
number
always
one.
compete with them, and
A
it
little
makes all
sister
both
battle
products
going
better.
on.
I know, and
We
then you're
do.
also part of the family there too. It's
Yes.
amazing. But yeah, Princess is a wonderful, wonderful line. Let's talk. Let's go to the topic at hand. Why are cruises such a popular product for family vacations, and what are the advantages of going on a cruise for families? Let's start with you, Alicia.
I mean, I think any of us who have taken family vacations and we've done it by car or, plane, trains, and automobiles, and especially when you have little ones, it can be a little bit stressful. There can be a little bit of sacrifice that goes, right? So sometimes when you're doing vacations for families, you feel like, I think a lot of times parents feel like they have to sacrifice their vacation for the child, right? To do something that's going to entertain them. What I love about cruising is that's what makes it so different. No one has to sacrifice. They literally can get on board, right? They unpack once, and this is for all of us on this call, right? So they unpack once, they get to go to fabulous different destinations, but at the same time, they're in a floating resort.
Right.
So they have so much right at their fingertips that makes all the planning, the scheduling so much easier because everyone's happy. And not only, I think, bringing everybody together, I think that's the key, right? Is having these amazing moments that they can participate together in activities, in different type of dining. With different entertainment. But the other thing is that they also have time to get away from each other. so,
Well,
so
that's
they
what I
all,
said. We have a family on board. You see the kids at the
yeah,
beginning, and you say, "I'll see you 7 days. Bye."
yeah. And guess what? Everybody comes back smiling and relaxed. But truly,
Yeah.
I think it's about having that connectivity, but also being able to reconnect as a couple and let the kids go do their thing. So I do think cruising in general is such a great value to be able to offer that to families to take the stress out of the vacation, but provide so much in return. I can say that as a mom, taking my kids since they were wee bitty to now being adults. But it does make such a difference, just the inclusivity of it all.
Absolutely. Marsha, sort of the same question from your perspective from Princess. And
Yeah,
obviously,
absolutely.
you were talking Alaska. I mean, you've got incredible destinations that they can take that you can take them to, right?
Absolutely. So I 100% agree with Alicia that it is really about the ease that this presents. So, you have other vacation options, but very few of them are making the bed for you and preparing your dinner every night. And you're not really worried about, am I going to have something that is kid friendly, right? All of us, I think, offer kid friendly menus, their children's menus. I remember when my kids were younger and my daughter was in a whole like macaroni and cheese phase.
Oh, I remember
And
that with my daughter. Yeah.
that's all she would eat, macaroni and cheese and applesauce. And I'm like, where am I going to find that on this ship? And every night at dinner, they would serve her up fresh made, macaroni and cheese. Like, and I would be telling her, it's not on the menu, you're not having it tonight. And here they come with her plate. So it just made it so easy. No tantrums in the dining room. You're just so well taken care of, right? And like Alicia said, everyone's well taken care of. And I just remember hearing so many stories too from our guests about having taken, multi-gen families. There's a lot of multi-gen travel now, and especially when it comes to cruising. And that is because there's something literally for everyone. You can go at your own speed. You can go at your own pace. You can do everything you want, or you can do nothing. And then you're not disturbing or making anyone feel bad for the fact that you just want to lay on a lounge chair today, right? There's so much more that everybody else can do as well. And then they get to come together at night and have dinner and talk about their day. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that story from our travel advisors and from our guests alike.
No, that's great. And Miguel, same question, but you have a little different spin because you were saying, now that you have expedition and doing that kind of thing, you can take families on that a lot more to Galapagos, to Antarctica, elsewhere. But what are the advantages of going on a cruise like that for families?
Well, definitely, like my colleagues were talking about it, there's a cruise line and a product for every market. So after you do the big ships or the different social options and things like that, our ships are smaller. We have a fleet of 12 ships and 6 of them are brand new, 20 are younger. And we go from 100 suites, 100 passengers, 50 suites to the biggest one is 356 suites. So what we offer for families is more intimacy, more freedom, luxury of choice. So you can still go to the Caribbean, you can go to Alaska, you can go to the Med, Northern Europe, but you can also do the Galapagos, which is an exclusive, an amazing experience. And we have the only premium luxury ship in there. So you're not going to be doing the excursions with 50, 100, 200 people. So it's more intimate. And for families, sometimes, I have 2 teenage daughters now that they decided to tell me that they like luxury more than mass market. I don't know how to take that. After they sell, Royal and all, and all the cruise lines now, we're going and over Thanksgiving, we're going to Antarctica, and they're teenagers. So they're very excited because it's not the common experience.
Right.
My younger one came the other day and said, Dad, none of my friends believe me that I'm going to Antarctica. They say you can't get there. So those type of experiences, you kind of open up the mind. And at the end of the day, what we're selling is experiences, memories, and wherever you go, the important things are the people and the experiences you create with your family. The fact that you're doing it on a luxury ship, you have unlimited champagne and caviar, and the excursions that included, that is just kind of the cherry on top of it. So it's a market. We're not a cruise line for everybody, but we are for the best cruises that you have.
And so I would assume also maybe for slightly older kids, right?
Yeah, we don't have a limit of age. For Galapagos, you need to be 5 years old or older.
5, really? Oh my God.
Yeah, because you're out on Antarctica, because you're out in remote areas. So if we need to get you out of there, we need to at least be able to, for you to, survive a helicopter ride, for longer. But that is only on those expedition products. You can still go to our, 2 years old, I think 6 months or older, to go to the Caribbean, the Med, Alaska is a normal. So we don't have, the water slides and the kids clubs and things like that. But usually the kids that come along with the parents and the grandparents, they're more active. They're doing things outdoors. They're, more engaged with what they're seeing and experiencing.
No, absolutely. Now, I'm going to go start with you, Marsha. What has changed in the offerings you have on board specifically to cater to families in terms of dining, entertainment, activities? The private island thing is for Alicia.
Yeah.
Since she actually has a backdrop of her private island. But that's what has changed about those offerings? It seems like we keep adding more and more stuff, right?
Yeah, I agree. So at the core, we have always offered like an amazing experience for kids, and so much so that children go into our kids clubs and don't want to come out. I do remember when my children were sailing with me, and they're constantly asking you to get to the kids club because the programming is so good. They don't even want to be with you. So that's kind of perfect for a mom on vacation, but you're dropping them off at the kids club. So there's different age groups. We've really reimagined the offerings in those spaces. Nowadays, kids like to do gaming. And so there's gaming available for kids of that age, of the like kind of tween age, that want to be able to still use their Xbox or whatever is popular nowadays. And then we also have Medallion. So Medallion is really uniquely fitted for children because it puts the parent's mind at ease, because we have this little thing called a locator. And so that allows the parents to know, where their kids are. It also makes them feel a little bit better about maybe giving a child in and out privileges, right? So you have the ability to say whether the child can go in or out, or if the parent has to pick them up. We have pagers, right? And then we also have, we still have Medallion as well. So if someone's not answering the pagers, the crew is actually able to figure out where mom and dad is to go and get them. The other thing that we've offered is in port, it's free sitting. So if the kids don't want to go ashore, or if you don't want to take the kids ashore with you, they can stay in the kids center for the day while mom and dad are off ashore. So it's really allowing you to vacation the way that you want to vacation. Medallion's been a game changer for us. We have kid menus at every dining facility. So wherever you're dining, you're going to have a kid-friendly meal. And we've really been doing that for a really long time. Medallion's the new piece with the ability to locate and know where people are. And you can do it with adults too, but at 18, you have the ability to turn that off.
Really? Well,
Yes.
I got to tell you, I'm not going to tell you what cruise line it was, but it was when my daughter was 17. She's 30 now.
Mhm.
She disappeared with her friend. And at 1 in the morning, the teen club was closed. At 2 in the morning,
Uh-oh.
the teen club was obviously still closed, and she was nowhere to be seen and had
Oh
not come
boy.
back. And so we had to go down to the guest services. They found her right away, and yeah,
Yeah.
she was up on deck with the two girls. She's her friend. They were
Yep.
with two boys.
So with
And
Medallion, the power is now in your hands, right? The crew
that's
can help
right.
you as well, but you can watch her on the phone.
But that's great because she was 17. She couldn't have turned it off. So
You couldn't have turned it off.
like that. So anyway, that's a great thing too. So now Alicia, let's start with that. You guys have now private islands or private destinations as well for Carnival, right?
Yeah, we're very excited about that. So Celebration Key will be our exclusive destination opening in Grand Bahama, July of next year. And very similar to our ships, and I'll kind of share that in a moment of how we're really designing our ships with families in mind. And same thing with Celebration Key is that we have kind of unique spaces for everyone. And so it's not just speaking to families, but it's those that are not necessarily traveling with kids. So we want to make sure that everybody, I think Marsha, you touched on this earlier, everybody has a space. Everybody has things to do. So, for example, at Celebration Key, we have our Starfish Lagoon, and that is going to be all family oriented. So we'll have the racing water slides, we'll have the lily pads for the little ones, we'll have the wading pools, we'll have the cabanas for rent, the ice cream parlor, the different types of meal options there. So we do that, and then of course on the island we'll also have adult only space that's more quiet and reserved. Then we'll have the adult friendly that's more active with a DJ going and things.
Right.
So really, same on our ship. So I would say in the recent years, what you're seeing more and more of is the design of our ships allows for everyone to come on board, no matter what age, to have a space where they can really go and enjoy themselves. And so we do have the ultimate playground where we do have the water park and the Bolt, the roller coaster, and the racing water slides and putt-putt golf, and all those activities that are great for families. But at the same time, we want to make sure that mom and dad and grandparents or adults traveling without kids have their own space. So it doesn't, intermingle. And so they feel like they can get away and relax. So we do have adults only Serenity space out on deck, as well as designing the staterooms the same way. So we do have different specialty staterooms that are really devoted to families. We call them family harbor rooms. And these staterooms are larger. Some of them have separate areas and living rooms. They also are all right around our Camp Ocean program. So it makes it really convenient for our families and our parents to take their children to Camp Ocean, Circle C, and of course, Club O2 for our older teens. But it also incorporates a family lounge. So it's a private lounge that those that are booked in that section of the ship can go. And those with little ones, any of us that have had little ones, you remember those days where they just want a cookie and chocolate milk, and the family gets dressed, goes up to the Lido deck, up on deck 10 and grabs the snacks. Well, now they have 24-hour access to our lounge space that's just for them. So the little ones can go in their pajamas, go grab, cookies, ice cream. The parents can get coffee. We have games and movies and cookies and milk turn down service. So
That's for adults, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That sounds great to me. I don't know if I can go get cookies and ice cream and movies. That's fine.
Exactly. 10 o'clock, milk, cookies and milk is perfect. Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah. So really, I think that really we're designing everything in that fashion to make sure that, again, families are happy and those not traveling with children have their space too to enjoy.
Now, Miguel, sort of the same question a little differently because they're going on these cruises, they're luxury expedition. Do you gear any programs maybe for teens or anything like that while they're on board? Or and also let's talk about accommodations. Do you have any connecting staterooms, things like that are more suitable for families?
So yes, we do have connecting suites. All our ships are only suites accommodations, and we do have triple and quads. We have a couple of suites on some ships that accommodate up to 5 or 6, but most of them are double, triple, and a few quads on that. However, we can accommodate, because our suites are larger. Our entry level suite is about close to 400 square feet. So you have space to add another, like if somebody's bringing a small child or something like that, we can definitely accommodate those requests.
Right.
We don't have a teen club or a kids club, unfortunately, but we do have enough activities. The excursions are included on our classic cruising and also in our expedition product as well. So we're more geared towards the activities and the experiences they can have throughout their trip. So we don't have somebody doing, even though we do have a theater and we have shows and things like that, is more of a general cultural experience in that sense, not so much geared towards small children, I've got to be honest. But if you do have children or teenagers or more that experience a lot of cruising, or if they've done enough traveling, they are definitely kids that will enjoy our experience and our destinations. Because
you are offering fascinating places that, as you said, your 2 daughters are going to Antarctica. That's kind of a bucket list trip that we wait for years of, and they're probably going to tell their friends. The other thing is that I got to tell you, when your expedition teams it's almost like camp counselors. I mean, they're right there with you, explaining what's going on, right?
Yeah, we have our tour guides are not really tour guides, they're experienced zoologists, the biologists, marine biologists. So when you're in this experience with them, they're actually giving you pretty much a class of what you experience and what you're doing. And if you have a inquisitive or curious teenager that wants to ask about, green turtles or something like that, those are the people that can actually answer those questions better than anybody can. So yes, and I'm making it hard for their future boyfriends for my daughter. So whenever
doing a good job, Miguel.
Yeah, well, Miguel, but you're
making
also
it easy for them.
The bar is high
for future boyfriends, and maybe you can actually take them along, and that becomes. I did that once. I won't say what company that. The boyfriend liked the cruise better than my daughter.
And they got to earn that. They got to earn that strike.
He liked the butler service. Surprise.
They're definitely flying coach, if anything.
Well, it's amazing. So you do gear it too. That's good. That's excellent. Now, I want to get to another question. I'm going to start with you, Marsha. These days, there's the definition of family really can be very broad. We say family. There's different kinds of families and family groups. There's multi-gen. There's single parent. There's LGBTQ. There's a lot of different kind of families. So how do you adjust and adapt to these kind of different family clients?
Well, I think that our programs are built such that they work for pretty much everybody, right? So the appeal and the goal is to make sure that anyone, regardless of their family type, is going to come on board and feel completely comfortable in the family atmosphere that we've generated on our ships. We do a really good job of doing all kinds of activities. Specifically in Alaska, one of the most popular things is our puppies in the piazza.
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got to do it. And we're very careful and concerned about our puppies, right? So we make sure that they're well cared for. And even when I was there and I did mine, my puppy was asleep, right? So we let them take their naps and they're well cared for. But that's wildly popular for kids and also adults. The line is filled with adults to see puppies. You can't have a bad day.
These are sled dogs or huskies that when you have the baby puppies
they are puppies that are being trained to run the Iditarod. And actually last year, the winner of the Iditarod, I can't recall his name, but the winner, he was one of the people who'd bring the puppies on to our ships for us. And one of those puppies was the lead dog on the winning Iditarod run.
Wow.
So, cool. And so we're actually helping the puppies as well because we're helping them get socialized. That's part of the reason why they're interested in bringing them on board with lots of people. It helps them transition from the different leaders they're going to have to work with along the trek. So anyway, it's an amazing program. Again, it's for everybody. And also, we make sure that we have like Plus and Premier. So our value packages are amazing, and it has all the elements that kids and kids at heart love. So it's priced in such a way that it's such a value that even if you're just doing water and soda and mocktails and milkshakes that kids love to do, it's still a value. And then it's also very valuable for the parent who would like to have the occasional cocktail. So it's also supplies Wi-Fi, which, no one can be without Wi-Fi nowadays.
I know.
And it comes with our Medallion Net Wi-Fi. So we just try to cater to everybody, right? Okay. We also have a group package. It's called Celebration Groups because nowadays everyone's celebrating something. And so we love to be able to give a special group option for guests who are traveling together with their family, often multi-gen, and they're often celebrating something, birthday, graduation, cancer-free. There's so many things to celebrate in life. And so there's special opportunities for people that are traveling together for those reasons.
Absolutely. Now, Miguel, I'll go to you. I mean, how do you adapt to different kinds of families who come aboard, maybe multi-gen, things like that? I assume you don't have penguins in the piazza, right? That's probably not going to be a good thing. Although I got to tell you, having been on your cruise, when they tell you to stay away from the penguins, they don't tell the penguins to stay away from you. or the seals. They're very inquisitive, and some are, and they when you're walking along your people path and there's a penguin path and they're coming down and you wait and you wait and you wait and they kind of look at you and they come up close and then and sometimes they turn around and go back up to the nest, and one of the expedition leaders said to me, "Oh, so that means the poor little penguins won't get fed." And I was like, no. It wasn't really true, but they were giving us some guilt trips. And then the seals came right up to you and they said, "Get big if you don't want to be part of that." This poor lady started to back away and they just, So yeah, that's a different kind of adapting from different kind of families. You got to adapt to the families of the wildlife.
Family.
Right?
Definitely.
So tell us a little bit about that. Yeah.
Well, definitely. I mean, we are in their house when we go see the penguins in Antarctica. So we have to kind of give them the right of way every time. But we definitely, offer options for multi-generational and different type of clients. So not only grandparents and multi-generations. Now that we're offering this, we offer the classic cruising, which is, the Med, Alaska, the Caribbean, and we also offer the expedition options as well. And the expedition being more exciting, more exotic, a little more active, is bringing along a little more younger crowd. It's not only grandparents that can afford it and they can have the time to go down to Antarctica or the Iceland, places like that, Reykjavik. Now we have younger generations, parents with younger children traveling and doing these experiences together because they're over going to Disney and doing the regular stuff all the time. They want to do something different. And if they have the opportunity and the time, they want to go ahead and take part of this. And there's an element that makes a different experience when you are in these remote areas and you have your excursions included, you have your Wi-Fi is included in unlimited Wi-Fi on our ships. You have the shore excursions included, one in every port for the classic and unlimited expedition. And even though you're in these remote areas, you always have somebody who's alongside with you, kind of guiding you the way and making sure that you have the best experience that you can. And right when you come back, and even though you might be in Antarctica, like Jim says, and you're going to be wrestling some penguins now, just getting out of the way of the penguins. Once you go back to the ship, your very nice suite is awaiting for you. You have a butler, they can wait for you with your favorite beverages. And it's a different type of experience. You don't have to make a line to get on the ship, to wait for an elevator, to get in a restaurant. So those are the little things. Those are the luxury of options of choosing that our clients are looking for.
Absolutely. Now, and I'm going to close this question out with Alicia. You guys, you cater, you have larger ships that cater to multi-gen, I know is very big for you. But then, you have single parents, LGBTQ plus, I mean, everything. How do you adapt to these different groups? And they're all on board at the same time very often.
Absolutely. Well, I think, and Marsha touched on this too. I think when we look at our onboard programming and with our, ships, they are larger. And so we are able to offer multiple activities and variety of entertainment and choices for our clients. So it really can appease everyone because you can have so many different venues happening at the same time with different types of entertainment and different types of experiences and atmosphere that is appealing to everybody on board, no matter what the demographic. So specifically, of course, we do focus so much on multi-generational, but when you're talking about maybe single parents or LGBTQ plus, we also do meetups at the beginning of the cruise and throughout the cruise. And this is a nice way to, engage them, especially if they're single and they're, wondering, okay, what are some other single adults? It's a great way for them to meet up, and especially if they have children as well, and do activities together. And then, we find that a lot of our guests do that. It's a very social atmosphere. And we like to call ourselves very inclusive, of truly welcoming all. We want all to have fun, no matter age, demographic, race, you name it. So I think we do a really good job with that, of having appealing activities and programs and entertainment that everybody can enjoy. And on top of that, when you're thinking multi-generational or even skip generational, we're seeing a lot of that where it's grandparents taking grandkids, give the parents a little breather. And of course, if you think about it, the grandparents are getting this like, hey, darn, we'll take them on a cruise and the kids are taken care of, right? But when you're looking at all that too, what's nice is on our ships, we offer a variety of accommodations that can suit all budgets. So, when you're thinking of multi-gen and you're thinking about grandparents and great grandparents, possibly parents and children, there's going to probably be a wide range of budgets of what they're looking for, what they can afford. So we now really offer so many choices in terms of types of accommodations that I think are very helpful when travel partners are working with groups of families coming together, because some might elect to do a suite or an Excel suite because they want private, exclusive space. Some might opt for spa staterooms because that's their focus. Some might want just a standard balcony room. They want a view, but they, don't need to pay for the suite. So it offers the ability for everybody to come together, even amongst, a big family that might have different budgets to contend with too.
Absolutely. And let's stick with you because you just brought up the topic. How can travel advisors best work with you to create this best vacation experience for their family clients?
Well, I think it all comes down to really getting to know the customer, right? And more so, it's more than who's traveling, what are the ages, all of that. I think it's taking it a little bit deeper into what's important to them, what's relevant, what are they really looking for in their vacation. And by truly diving deeper into those questions, it's going to help you customize the vacation that's right for them. Because again, as we're saying, there's so many options, even when they do choose a product, right? They get on board our ship, but then there's so many ways that they can experience it. So are they looking to have downtime and relax? Are they looking to have some, potential gatherings, but then also be able to kind of break away and do their own thing? So I think by knowing those and then knowing the features that go along with those benefits of any of our products is going to really help you establish a great vacation and wanting coming back for more. And so I think asking those right questions. And then the other thing I would say is, especially when it comes to families. And for example, with us, you can go ahead and pre-register any of the kiddos. So if they are traveling with children, to go ahead and register their kids in advance. And that way they're all set up. We know they're coming. When they get on board, they don't want to go to a meeting, right? They want to enjoy their vacation. And so take all those steps out of the equation. So the second they step on board, they're enjoying their vacation. And one of the things that we do that I love for parents is that when you get on board, once you've done all that, you're not going to any meetings, you're ready to enjoy, but you can swing by, or even on our app, it will tell you all of the programming that we have for all ages. And again, we do offer babysitting while we're in port. If the parents are doing a special shore excursion, we do take them to dinner at night. If the parents want to go do chef's table or steakhouse, all those added things. But what's great is they'll be able to see on our app or on our programming right from the start of the cruise, everything we have going on. So that enables enables them to know what the kids would want to participate in. And that's when they can plan their time to go hit the spa or the casino or do a little shopping or the beauty salon, all those fun things that the adults might want to enjoy.
No, that's fantastic. Absolutely. And let's go, Marsha. Obviously, you don't just send medallions to the travel advisors and they give them to their clients months in advance, and then they have a medallion around them, and we know where they are, right?
Right.
That's how that works. I know that.
Yeah.
Other than that, what else do you do to work with travel advisors to, kind of get them ready and get their clients ready for this experience?
Sure. So we have an amazing academy. It's called the Princess Academy. And so we highly encourage our travel advisor community to go through the courses, because it doesn't just teach you about Princess, it teaches you about selling cruise.
Right.
And I actually just had someone tell me that the other day. They were like, oh, I went through the training and I feel like better prepared to sell cruise in general.
Right.
We want it to make sure that we're giving you a skill that's going to be helpful for you to sell cruises. You sell lots of brands, and it's really important to us that you put the guest on the right brand. So learn all the details about Princess, and I also suggest learning about other brands as well. And then asking the questions like Alicia just mentioned to know what this guest's needs are, and then working with our business development manager. So they're out there in the field. They're the Princess expert, and we know that you're selling lots of different things. And so it's sometimes hard to remember all the things that are, special in particular about Princess. You ever get stuck, then you reach out to your business development manager, who's going to help you navigate the waters and then point you in the right direction for answers and help you close the sale.
Fantastic. That's a great way to go. And let's close this out with Miguel. Should travel advisors be working with you to really create this perfect experience and get their family clients ready for it?
Well, I'm always been a believer that when you're in sales and this relationship, it's a contact sport. So definitely reach out to your business development manager, to area sales directors. We have our email is sales@silversea.com. Naturally, we do have a Silversea Academy, which is very user-friendly, and you can kind of learn more about our ships and our proposition, because we are a little different in the sense that there's a lot of inclusions and a lot of technicalities that are not every other cruise line offers because of the products that we sell. But definitely we are always here, and every region has a team of 3 people, the ASD, the area sales director, the BDM, and the account executive covering that area. So we are always open to provide FAM opportunities, ship tour opportunities, training opportunities, and definitely, reach out to us. We don't bite. We're always here answering questions. And I know it's sometimes it's a little scary because of our price points and the type of products that we have. It's not easy to sell something to, Iceland, and do they fly into Reykjavik and come back to Kangerlussuaq and all these names that, there. So we're here to kind of guide you through it. We actually have, besides our sales team, we have a specific 2-people team of expedition experts that can actually have a call, get on a call, do a training for you, and give you step-by-step what's going to happen when they're all the way in the Kimberley archipelago on the other side of Australia, which most of us never been to, because I've never been to either.
And that actually has become a popular expedition cruise out there. So to have someone who can actually tell your family clients what to expect is really great. Now let me go to we're going to wrap this up by just very quickly, where can travel advisors go to get more information about your cruise line and what it offers in family cruising? Start with you, Marsha.
Sure. So we've launched a new site called princesspartners.com. And this site is for anybody who's just looking to get more information about Princess. A lot of information there without gates or anything. You don't have to register anything, so you can just learn about Princess. But where you get to the robust information and where you're going to get marketing assets and where you can actually participate in the academy, that's under onesourcecruises.com. Okay. And we actually have One Source Cruises. Once you've registered for One Source Cruises, there's some sister brands that are there as well.
Okay.
So once you learn it, then you also have the ability of learning other brands within our portfolio as well.
Fantastic. Now, and Miguel, where can travel advisors go to learn more about Silversea and the family offerings it has?
Definitely silversea.com is the first key point of contact because you can access the travel agent portal from there in mysilversea.com. So that is the main gateway to everything that has to do with Silversea. In there, you are able to access our booking engine, our marketing central, training platforms, and all that. We are not, even though we are part of Royal Caribbean Group, we are not in the same platform. So we're not an Expresso yet. Might be in the future. But right now, we have our own dedicated platform for all things Silversea. So silversea.com and mysilversea.
Fantastic. Now, and last but not least, Alicia, you don't have any contacts at all with travel. No, come on.
No tools.
Nothing. But tell us what you don't have, right?
Well, we don't have, no, just kidding. So the best source, and that will kind of lead you to most everything, will be GoCCL. So that's definitely our partner site, goccl.com. And on there, of course, you'll find everything about our ships. You'll find our brand center marketing assets, our Learn and Earn with our Loyalty Rocks program.
Right.
And then lastly, it'll also lead you to my team, which is the Carnival Independent Advisor team. And that gives you a robust set of tools in learning and training that you can gain from there as well. So that would be the first source I'd go to.
Excellent. Now, the only thing I have to tell you, what part of family cruising for me is good pizza. Now, I've had pizza on Princess, fantastic. Pizza on Silversea, really good, fantastic. I'm still waiting for my Carnival pizza. I got to work on that. I was hoping when you got your Italian style ships, the Carnival Venezia and the Carnival Firenze, right? I would get good pizza, but I was just on for a christening event with Jay Leno, by the way. For Venezia here. I haven't tried the pizza, but for me, I'm in a quest. My quest is to find great pizza on cruise ships. And it's getting better all the time, I got to tell you, no matter where I go. So I'm looking for that as a family. But anyway, I digress. But anyway, I want to thank you all for joining us on this panel. Great information for our travel advisors. And now, all of you advisors out there, you can go down to the virtual trade show booths on virtual roadshows selling family vacations and find out all this and more at each of the individual booths. And then go to all the different sources that we've just talked about now to learn even more. Again, thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you all soon.
Thank you, James.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.
I'm James Shillinglaw for Virtual Roadshows Selling Family Vacations.